the old motor mower. Got a few things on there at the moment. Now, look at this. These are a tubeless tyre. Now, how do you inflate a tubeless tyre when it's off the rim? Let's see if this method works. Back in 1 second. Okay, so what I've done is with this bolt, I'll just take the bolt out for a second. It's just 2 loops and some excess rope, but that's all it is. So two loops, just made with a few knots around it. Stick that around there, and there. Back in a second. So the plan is to turn this, if it'll turn, like that. Hard with obviously one hand again, and turn and try to tighten that so it comes in. So I'll tighten it a bit with 2 hands. Just keep on turning this and tightening this rope, this center rope, right through, that goes all the way underneath. If I turn the tyre, it goes all the way around, and tighten it so it sort of squashes out that rubber centerpiece onto the rim. Because on the other side, it's still like it's a lot closer. This side is right off. See all the movement. And I want to pump these up, and with that gap, air was just blowing before out of there. So be back in a second once I tighten this up. That last thing I did with the tie didn't work, didn't seal, but I found another way to get it up like this from total gap. I'll show you what I do. This is for the rider mower I'm doing. So I get more of a smaller version of the ratchet strap, stick it around all there with the hooks upwards like that. Now what I'm going to do is get this old polyfiller gap filler, just the black one, do a bead around the real inner of the wall, and then a bead on that wall. Back in a second, I'll show you. Okay, done the bead, so it's just in there all the way around, and other side, you see it. And then I'm going to use 2 hands, but practically, and as you see, as it tightens in, start seeing the gap filler squashing out like that. I'll just do the rest and I'll be back. Okay, so it's sort of brought a lot of it out around the edges. I'll just get the air compressor. I've got the gauge on. You can see it already going up. Yeah, and just remember, I've got that on tension. I'm just going to go to about, where's the reading on this? We go to about 0.5, I think. See, it's all coming out. You see it squeezing. And remember, this is under tension too. So let's take that off. If you look on the other side, squashing out. Unclip. Unclipped. 1 second, I'll just take that off with 2 hands. So we're back up here. Now just look at that. Beautiful. And that is how you get a total deflated tyre sealed and delivered, more or less. So I'm just going to wipe off that surrounding silicone, and that's for the ride-on mower done. I mean, I don't know if that's the best stuff to use, but it works for me, so it's the main thing. Okay, so there's the two tyres inflated, cleaned off with the silicone around the edges. That'll wear in anyway, it's just silicone. As far as on the outside of the tyres, it's black. It'll be alright. So yeah, good result. Haven't seen this out for a while. It's been undercover, and just using some of this easy off degreaser and spraying it all over the engine. You can see how much it's been leaking a bit. So just give it a bit of clean. Look how much crap is in there. So give that a good soaking, make the life a little bit easier for the jet washer. Good old tyres, they're just pumped. Amazing how much grease gets everywhere over time. And the spider webs. Good old spider webs always seem to get into everywhere. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Keeping busy on their projects maybe. At least this one doesn't have to go for a Viv. Terrible scams they are. I'm going to do a short video on the Viv scams to save people money, because people are getting ripped off left, right and centre doing those things. You got to get the warnings out there. People in this hard world, money going up everywhere, you got to save as best you can to survive. Anyway, I'm going to keep on degreasing. I'm going to give it a jet wash. I'll do some small footage of giving this a bit of a jet wash. Watch this. All that. Unreal. Get into these bits. Alright. Time to get into it all. See you soon. Okay. She's been pretty well jet washed. Still needs a little bit of just close hand contact stuff, but coming up well. Most of the silicone blew off, which is really good. The tyre's all nice and black now. But for this one's definitely in a lot better condition than what the other body was. It's coming up really well. Cleaned all over there with the battery. So the next task is to somehow flip this over. Somehow. Because I want to get to the underbody of this. The best of the best solution with a bit of timber, but it's not leaning too much on the deck, which is not too bad, not too bad. And first time I've seen under the deck, it looks pretty good actually, a lot better than the first one as well. So I just primarily want to get to the back, like of that diff sort of thing out the back of the wheels. I think that's the diff still on that. Give that a clean and get into a bit more of there. But actually she's, when I'm looking at it, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So time to get into it. Okay, my jet washer hose cracked itself, but that was the only part left I had to do underneath the old lawn that came off it. But for the most part I got most of that off. I can easily get in that with hand until I get another hose for the jet washer. But she's come up pretty well. Great deck, very great deck on that. And yeah, all the silicone beads gone. So she's looking a lot better with a bit of a clean. So I'll get her off this piece of timber now and let her dry, and be working on that sometime in the near future. So I've rolled it in after the jet wash. What I want to do again is take off this back panel with the seat, and I want to expose a bit more of the underbelly, which I want to be able to get to as far as black paint. So it's, again, I mean, you could take the seat off easily by itself. It's only got 2 bolts there, but I'm just going to go for these two and these two. Remember from earlier video, that's a bolt that is hidden in the spring. So let's do that first.